Can foreigners actually buy real estate in the United States? The short answer is yes. Every year, thousands of investors buy real estate in the United States. In this video, I explain whether foreigners can buy legally real estate in the United States, how financing works, which markets you should invest in, taxes you should be aware of, and some common mistakes international investors make. So let's get started. One of the biggest misconceptions is that you need to be an American citizen or you need to have a visa or green card holder to buy US real estate. This is simply not true. You don't need a visa, you don't need to be a green card holder or a United States citizen. You can buy real estate as a foreigner legally, even if you have none of these. Because first of all, you can buy also remotely. So even if you don't have a visa to go to the United States, you can have someone that looks for the property for you and you can buy remotely through remote closing. As a foreigner, you can buy single family houses, multifamily, land, commercial real estate. There's no restriction. There are only some restriction for Chinese buyers in Florida, as far as I know. If you're coming from a sanctioned country like North Korea, Iran, these kind of countries, it could be more challenging to buy real estate. But I'm not an expert in this field. But I know for a few countries that are sanctioned by the United States, it will be probably more difficult to buy real estate or do business there. However, for like 99% of the world, this doesn't count. So this means you can buy property virtually from everywhere of the world. And the United States is one of the best countries and open countries in the world for foreign access, because a lot of markets, they restrict foreign ownership or it's more difficult, put higher taxes for foreigners. But the US is very welcome to foreign investors. First of all, why are foreign investors looking at the United States? It is the biggest economy in the world. They have a strong currency, the dollar. It's very safe. There's a good rule of law. So if something happens with your property or something, you can sue someone and get your money back. Compared to other third world countries, it will be more difficult. Then in certain markets, like in the Midwest, you can find high cash flowing properties, good returns, long-term appreciation in the American market, easy financing. We're going to go more into detail later with that subject. But yeah, all these things combined make it very easy and very attractive for investors to buy real estate in the United States compared to other markets where, for example, you can go to Mexico. Financing will be more difficult. If someone is scamming you, good luck with trying to get your money back. For example, in Bali, property ownership, land rights are more difficult. So for me, if I look at all these facts, I think United States, if you go to the right state, we're going to go more in that later, then it's one of the best markets, or for me, the best market in the world to invest in real estate. So where should you buy real estate then? The United States is a very big country. So there are a lot of options. Most people think, of course, like I want to go to my favorite holiday destination. That's New York, LA, maybe Miami. But those places don't necessarily mean to be the best places to invest. So, of course, if you want to invest in property solely for investment purpose, you should go where you're treated best as a real estate investor. And those are in pro-landlord states. I have a separate video where I explain which states are pro-landlord and which states are pro-tenant. I give you a quick example. California is a pro-tenant state, so that means more regulation, higher taxes. It's more difficult to evict tenants, etc. So check out that video if you want to know more about that. So based on that and based on your goals, you can make a decision where to buy, because each market is very different. Also, the price points are very different. A condo in New York is going to be like $500,000 plus, and you can buy a single family house in Ohio for $150,000. So there's a big contrast where you're buying. So again, look at what your goals are. Do you want a holiday house just for vacation, or it's a pure investment property? Based on that, you can make a good decision. We touched the subject already a bit, financing. So how can you get a mortgage? I made a separate video about DSCR loans, so you can check that out as well. How does it work again? A DSCR loan as a foreign investor, they don't look at your income. They just look, is the property cash flow positive? And do you have enough cash and capital reserves? Based on that, you can qualify for the mortgage if the property is cash flow positive, and you can buy an investment property. However, in expensive markets, it will be more difficult to be cash flow positive. So in markets like Ohio, it will be easier, or Michigan, than, for example, you buy in California or New York, because the rent and purchase price are cash flow negative with the high interest today. So that will be more difficult to get approved for those kind of loans. Other loan types are more difficult because you need to be a US citizen with a credit score for normal traditional mortgages. So for conventional loans for your primary residence, you need to be a US citizen. So for investment properties, a DSCR loan is the best way to go. And if you want a holiday home, yeah, you can do a DSCR loan, but technically, yeah, you're not allowed to live there. But you can use it for Airbnb and then stay for like a couple months there yourself, and or you just buy it simply in cash. That's also possible. Okay, the next one is taxes. So paying tax in the United States is very easy because yeah, you just pay the rental income tax in the USA and then also the capital gains tax in the United States. To pay extra tax in the country that you're living in really depends if the United States has a double tax treaty with the country you're resident in. So, for example, a lot of European countries have a double tax treaty with the United States, so you won't be double taxed in Europe if you're resident there. But I would always recommend talk to an international tax advisor before you start investing, before you're setting up your structure, because it's very important to have this all set up before you start investing and putting money into the US market and then finding out you have to pay a lot of taxes. Then you're further away from home and maybe you made the wrong decision. So always talk first to an international tax advisor in your home country in the United States to see what kind of tax implications you will have as a resident in your home country or the country you're living in. The good news in the United States, you can have a lot of write-offs. So you can use depreciation, all the property management, the interest rate, the mortgage. So everything that you can put as an expense, your flight tickets, rental cars, whatever, you can take it off from the rental income. So therefore your effective tax rate is way lower because of these tax incentives. Some common mistakes foreign investors make is what I mentioned before, buying investment properties in holiday destinations. That doesn't mean if you like to go there for a holiday, it's a good investment destination. So yeah, check first of all, what are the regulations? Is it easy to evict tenants? Are there rental caps in place? Are there high taxes, property taxes? You need to know all this kind of stuff before you choose a location. I'm myself investing in Ohio, Columbus, and Cleveland, high cash flowing market, pro landlord state. But there are also other markets that are like that. So look into a market that's suitable for investors and based on that, make your decision. And if you're buying a holiday home, of course, it doesn't matter as much. Then the second thing is buying in the wrong location. In the US, location matters a lot more than in other countries because, yeah, there's a difference between neighborhood classes A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. Yeah, you don't want to be in C minus below because yeah, those neighborhoods are very difficult to manage. A lot of tenant turnover, maybe they destroy your property, shootings can happen. It's a different world in those neighborhoods than in the B or C class neighborhood. And yeah, then the property looks very cheap, right? You see like, oh, I can buy a property for $80,000. But if the tenant destroys everything and then you have to renovate for $30,000 after they leave, you're further away from home. So don't think about like, oh, in my country it works like this. Every neighborhood is good. For example, if you live in China, there's not that much difference between neighborhood classes. But in the United States, there is definitely a big difference. In the neighborhood classes, there's like segregation, and therefore also the tenants you're going to attract in those specific neighborhoods. Yeah, it's a big difference. So really do your research, do the diligence in which neighborhood you're buying. And I would say just buy below C minus class neighborhoods because then you will just have less tenant maintenance, less tenant turnover, and less headaches. Yeah, the last thing I would say, try to do everything by yourself. If you have no knowledge and background in real estate or you're just a busy entrepreneur, you're trying to do everything yourself, and you don't have a local team on the ground. I mean, to do all this stuff, it's going to take you a long time before you find the right people, before you find the right location, the knowledge about the market. And yeah, this is going to take you at least, I mean, if you do very well, 6 months up to 9 months plus a year. And they need to also have the real estate background to know how to analyze deals, etc. Right? So I would say for people that don't have the time and the background, just outsource it, pay for the fee, and yeah, get someone with expertise helping you to get an investment property or just a regular property instead of just trying to do everything yourself and just hiring like a local realtor, because the local realtor usually doesn't have the knowledge how to work with international investors, because it's just a bit a different cup of tea for them. They're just more focused on American investors. So yeah, you could hire someone like me, like our company, or someone else. There's an international consultant, and they can help you to buy investment properties and can guide you through the process from A to C. And yeah, in this way, you will save a lot of time instead of you trying to figure out everything yourself. And you can focus on your main business that you're making the most money from. Yeah, so I would look at markets that are growing, the economies are growing, there's a lot of demand for housing, the regulation is good for investing in real estate. Just don't pick any random location. Again, do your due diligence, know where you're going, and also hire expertise if you don't have that expertise yourself. Yeah, myself, we help foreign investors to buy real estate in Columbus, in Cleveland, Ohio. We guide you through the whole process. We have the whole network of agent, property management company, renovation companies, lenders that are specialized for foreign nationals, accountants. So yeah, we can help you with everything. So if you're interested in that, check out my website, greenroadsrealestate.com. Schedule a call with me and we can see how we can help you to buy a good investment property in Columbus or Cleveland, Ohio. Also have access to deals in Detroit. So yeah, if you're interested, just schedule a call with me and we can see how I can help you further. So to summarize, yes, foreigners can buy real estate in the United States, and it's one of the best markets to buy real estate. So for me, I'm all in this market, and I think if you want to start investing and you're from anywhere in the world, you should definitely have your eye in the United States because it's hands down the best market to invest in real estate. I hope you enjoyed the video, learned something new. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and see you in the next one. Peace out.